Liam is leading another one. Last time was great, so here we go.
Appreciate that, Erica. Okay, I have a study approach for this that really helped me. Let me share. You file a VA disability claim, upload your evidence, and the portal says received. Then what? For most veterans, the next 3 to 6 months are a complete black box.
What happens inside that black box changes how you file. When you understand the people and the process, you stop guessing and start building claims that land.
And here is what bothers me, Erica. The VA processed over 2 million disability claims in fiscal year 2024. Most veterans have zero clue what happens between submission and decision.
Fenrir is right. The entire process is codified in Title 38 of the U.S. Code and the Code of Federal Regulations. The rules and criteria are publicly available. But almost nobody reads them, and that disconnect is where bad outcomes start.
This is VA Benefits 1.51. Today we are pulling back the curtain on how regional offices actually process claims, who the raters are, and what evidence they weigh. Stick around for Scene 4, because that is where we cover the fixable reasons claims stall and what you can do about each one. Here is who is with me today.
Good to be in the co-host seat for a change. Let us have some fun with this.
I'm Fenrir. There is a twist in this story that caught me off guard.
I'm Nova. I love when the numbers tell a story people miss.
All right, let us jump in.
Let me walk through what actually happens when your claim hits the system. The VA makes it sound simple on their website. File, wait, get a letter. In reality, your claim passes through multiple hands and multiple stages before anyone assigns a number.
The first stop is intake. The VA logs your claim into the Veterans Benefits Management System, or VBMS. This is the electronic platform that replaced paper files.
And here is where I want to connect the dots, Nova. The person handling your claim at this stage is called a Veterans Service Representative, or VSR. The VSR is not the one who decides your rating.
That distinction matters. The VSR builds the case file. If your evidence is incomplete, the VSR requests what is missing. If they order a C and P exam, that exam is conducted by VA, staff, or a contractor.
And this is where claims start to slow down. If the VSR cannot find your service treatment records, or if the C and P exam gets delayed, your entire claim sits in a queue.
Once the VSR certifies the file is ready, it moves to a Rating Veteran Service Representative, or RVSR. The RVSR opens the VA schedule for rating disabilities and assigns your percentage. That handoff from VSR to RVSR is the critical transition in the entire process.
2 different roles, 2 different skill sets. The VSR is a detective gathering evidence. The RVSR is a judge applying the law.
The rating itself is not subjective. The RVSR opens 38 CFR, Part 4, the VA schedule for rating disabilities. Every rateable condition has a diagnostic code with specific criteria for each percentage level.
Here is an example most veterans can relate to. Limitation of flexion of the knee is diagnostic code 50-260. 0% means flexion limited to 60 degrees. 10% means limited to 45 degrees. The criteria are literal. The rater looks at your C and P exam results and finds where your range of motion falls on that scale.
But here is what the schedule does not tell you, Liam. The VSRD criteria are the floor, not the ceiling. If your condition causes functional loss beyond the numbers, the rater is supposed to consider that. Pain on use, flare-ups, repetitive motion loss. That is where the same diagnosis can get 2 different veterans 2 different ratings.
That connects to something critical. The benefit of the doubt rule under 38 U.S.C. Section 50-107 says that when evidence is in approximate balance, the finding goes in the veteran's favor.
That statute is specific. The RVSR is legally required to resolve reasonable doubt in the veteran's favor. But in practice, the quality of your evidence determines whether doubt even enters the equation.
That is the key point Nova is making. A strong nexus letter and thorough medical documentation create the evidentiary balance that triggers that standard.
The rater is not your enemy, but they can only work with what is in the file. Thin evidence, thin rating.
Now we get to the part Liam mentioned at the top. The fixable reasons claims stall, and what you can do about each one. The VA's average processing time has climbed from about 125 days in 2020 to over 160 days in 2025. That is months of extra waiting.
The first bottleneck is missing evidence. When the VSR cannot locate your service treatment records, your claim gets parked in pending status. The duty to assist under 38 U.S.C. Section 50(103)A requires the VA to help, but that process is slow. Upload everything yourself before the VSR has to go looking for it.
The second issue is C&P exam delays. The VA contracts with outside companies, and scheduling depends on availability. Some veterans wait 8 to 12 weeks for an exam. If the exam is inadequate, the rater sends it back for a new one, and the clock resets.
The third bottleneck connects to the staffing picture. The VA hired over 16,000 new claims processors between fiscal year 2022 and 2024 to handle the PACTIAC surge. Those new hires are still gaining experience. The learning curve means more quality reviews, more rework, and more time per claim.
And the fourth reason is deferred conditions. If you file for 3 conditions and one needs more development, the rater can issue a partial decision on the ready ones and defer the third.
So what can you actually do? File a fully developed claim with all evidence uploaded at submission. Get your own medical opinions before you file. Check your status weekly on va.gov and respond to any requests within 30 days. Do not wait for the VA to come to you.
If you forget everything else from today, remember this. The rater can only rate what is in the file. Build the file before you submit it, and you take control of the one variable that matters most.
Let us bring this back to the core process. Your claim enters VBMS, a Veterans Service Representative develops the file and orders exams. Once complete, a rating Veterans Service Representative applies the VSRD diagnostic criteria to assign your percentage.
The rater is not guessing. They are matching your evidence to published criteria in 38 CFR, Part 4. The benefit of the doubt goes to you when the evidence is in balance.
And when claims stall, it is almost always fixable. Upload your evidence before the VSR has to hunt for it. Prepare for the C&P exam so it captures your full picture.
Drop in the comments what your experience has been with VA claim processing. Did you hit any of these bottlenecks, and how did you work through them?
Next video, we are covering scams targeting veterans, predatory companies charging for free services, pension poachers, and nexus letter mills. That is VA Benefits 1.52.
If this series is helping you understand benefits you have earned, subscribe. We are covering every major VA program so nothing gets left on the table.
Always verify everything with va.gov or an accredited veterans service organization. Now let us see what you remember. Okay, it is quiz time. Let's find out what's stuck. Think through each question carefully before you answer.
Every like helps the algorithm notice us. Every subscriber keeps us making more. Do both. It takes 2 seconds.
A veteran files a VA disability claim and needs a compensation and pension exam. Which VBA employee is responsible for ordering that exam and gathering the evidence before the claim can be rated? The correct answer is B, the Veterans Service Representative, or VSR, who handles claim development including evidence gathering and exam requests before the file moves to a rater.
When a rating Veterans Service Representative assigns a disability percentage, what is the primary tool they use to determine the correct rating level for a specific condition? The correct answer is B. The VA Schedule for Rating Disabilities, known as the VSRD, codified in 38 CFR Part 4, which lists diagnostic codes with specific criteria for each percentage level.
Under 38 U.S.C. Section 50(107), what standard must the VA apply when the medical evidence for and against a veteran's claim is in approximate balance? The correct answer is D. The benefit of the doubt standard, which requires the VA to resolve the claim in the veteran's favor when the evidence is roughly equal for and against.
Fenrir here. The system is not random. VSRs develop, RVSRs rate, and the VSRD tells them exactly how. If you think of the claims process as a black box, it is only because nobody showed you the wiring diagram.
Nova here. The statute that matters most is Title 38, Section 50(107). When your evidence creates approximate balance, the benefit of the doubt requires the finding to go in your favor.
And the practical takeaway is build the file before you submit it. Upload your evidence, get your own medical opinions, prepare for the C&P exam. The rater can only work with what is in VBMS.
Next video, we are tackling scams targeting veterans, predatory companies, pension poachers, and Nexus letter mills. That is VA Benefits 1.52. If this series is helping you understand the benefits you have earned, subscribe. We are covering every major VA program so nothing gets left on the table. Keep connecting the dots. See you next time.
I have to admit, Liam made that look easy. Solid 9 out of 10. Professor Erica signing off.